Hello and welcome to the Weekly Rewind with Siddhartha. And the entire intention of this show is to break down the news stories of the week or the month or the year or anything that I deem fit, because this is my show. In case that you don't understand those stories, I will break them down for you and feed them to you like a little baby. So here comes the airplane, here comes the... Alright. And in case you still don't understand, I will break it down into further little pieces and try to explain it to you. Explain it to you like, I don't know, Dick Cheney tried to explain the concept of taking a shit to George W. Bush. As it turns out, George W. Bush did learn how to take a shit, but he thought that Iraq and Afghanistan were the toilets. That didn't turn out too well for him. Anyway, by this point of time, you probably think that this is a daily show or a last week tonight knockoff, but in my defense, it is, isn't it? No, there's no defense here. I stole the concept. What are you gonna do? Sue me? Please don't sue me. I don't have any money. I kind of think it's fair because John Oliver is British, and if the British can steal the concepts of equality or free will or, you know, independence from us for 200 years, I think I can steal the concept of political satire. Fair enough. Before we move on to the main story of the night, I would like to give you some good news and some good news. The good news is that the Game of Thrones is being remade. The good news again is that it's being remade in Hindi by Sony in India. It's rumored to be called Rani Mahal. Your brain cells start to work in mysterious fashions. You start to think. All of the grandeur that the show actually hypes up, all of the adult themes like, you know, incest. How are you even going to show that on Indian television, given that the Indian censor board has a huge ass fucking dildo of their own culture up their own asses? I had a dream last night that I was watching the Indian Game of Thrones and they were about to get it on, and just when they were this close to doing it, winter is coming. Get your monkey caps out. Indian food. In all honesty, the expectations are so low, they can't even possibly fuck this up. Chances are it'll be so fucking bad that you can't take your eyes off of the television. Now, speaking of television, we move on to the main story of the night. Times Now. Funny. Times Now. The Kim Kardashian of journalism. The aids to a civilized society. Much like HIV brings your immunity down, Times Now brings your patience down to the point where you want to strangle everything in sight. The ICC Cricket World Cup is going on, and the Indian cricket team was knocked out this week. Times Now only saw it befitting to shame India. So what they did was they went on a rampage, which kinda fucked them over.
Times Now. Action begins here.
Before we head into our big debate, and it will be a big debate, it was meant to be India's first big real test at the World Cup, and the result, a disaster in Sydney. A star-studded Indian team has collapsed like a pack of cards and a billion dreams came crashing down. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the bitter truth tonight. India has surrendered in the semi-final without a fight. Can we be in denial anymore about the humiliating loss?
Abject surrender of the title at Sydney. A billion dreams crumbling. A humiliating loss, sending Dhoni and his boys packing. Bureau Report, Times Now.
I think what is most important to note in that particular video is Arnab Goswami says that India actually collapsed like a pack of cards. Not a house of cards, like a pack of cards. A pack stacked, which can't collapse. Moving on to the more pertinent issue of the fact that he thinks that India surrendered without a fight. And this guy is charged, isn't he? So what he does is he starts this hashtag shame on Team India. Clearly that worked out really well for him, given the fact that hashtag shame on Times Now started to trend globally. You done fucked up. People gave them a lot of shit for broadcasting their putrid opinions, which honestly seemed acrimonious in nature. Who are you gonna blame? Arnab Goswami. He's like Ghostbusters. When business calls, who you gonna call? Arnab Goswami. Now, this isn't the first time they came under scrutiny for all of the shit that they have pulled. They specifically came under fire from the left wing of Indian society. When I say left, I do not mean the party. For those of you who don't know, in the modern world, if you're left-handed, they tend to call you liberal. If you're right-handed, they tend to call you conservative. If you're ambidextrous, they tend to call you ISIS. No? Okay. Sorry. Now, left-hand media gave them a lot of shit for a documentary on the Nirbhaya rape case. Leslie Udby, a director, or a social activist as she likes to call herself, she made a documentary on the rapists. She went to the jails and got all the information that she needed and put it across. And the opinions were barbaric. You would think that a nation upon which a fundamental right, like freedom to broadcast your opinion, is actually protected would be really accepting of the fact that absolute beasts and motherfucking fucktards like the rapists exist so as to shape their opinion. But no, what did Times Now do?
What I find disgusting as well, horrible, disgusting here, is that this filmmaker who is putting her documentary out on BBC and NDTV allows a 34-year-old man to describe in obnoxious detail how he raped a 10-year-old girl.
Oh my god, that looks like a fucking Google Hangout. So many screens.
What you're doing is you are giving a rapist an opportunity to explain and justify his actions. So tomorrow you will allow a pedophile to justify his actions. A pedophile will say tomorrow the children deserved to be assaulted. And then you will put out a documentary saying we're actually exposing the pedophile.
In philosophy, this is called a slippery slope. It's a fallacious argument where you lead one thing to another. Basically what he's saying is, oh my god, today you went out with boy, tomorrow you go out for the sex, the day after you have the child, and the day after I become grandmother. I am not going to be grandmother at 50, I'm 32 years old. And of course, Mr. Goswami, it has to be voyeurism. I mean, come on. Which outspoken media producer sensationalizes a sensitive issue for the solitary purpose of attracting attention? I mean, what kind of person would give controversial opinions which deserve no light of day a medium to display their putrid hatred and spew absolute venom, once again for the solitary purpose of television ratings?
Times Now. Action begins here.
Well, the entire nation came together to demand the toughest punishment for Nirbhaya's rapists. And now that her tormentors have been given death, the Defence Counsel has resorted to a cheap stunt to defend the criminals. The lawyer has claimed a political hand in the historic judgment, a comment that has sparked massive outrage.
Questioning and mocking a judgment that brought four brutes, four rapists of an innocent student to justice. But AP Singh seems to have no qualms making such outrageous, downright shameful remarks. Bureau Report, Times Now.
Oh. You would.
In fact, the documentary filmmaker is quoted as saying, the documentary filmmaker is quoted as saying, the documentary filmmaker has...
The amount of times he keeps repeating one sentence. I'm not going to use the old analogy which goes, he looks like a broken tape recorder. He's more like the loading screen from fucking FIFA 13. It just won't load. I paid for you. You better let me play you. Fuck you, EA.
The documentary filmmaker is quoted as saying, 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 the documentary filmmaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here. Okay.
It looks like Indian journalism is headed nowhere. At the end of the day, it's going to reach its destination of achieving glory like a Bill O'Reilly or a Megyn Kelly, far-right activists on television with some time who get television ratings by repeating one point incessantly and almost prepubescently to the point where it looks like they're nagging. I understand a lot of people don't know who Bill O'Reilly and Megyn Kelly are, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down links in the description below, and you can check them out. And you can see what they actually do with the news. Lying, cheating, making fallacious arguments, standing up against veracious statements just to make it seem like they have a point. People like this actually baffle you, and I am going to cover a lot of this because I'm going to follow the news a lot. Bad journalism is like cancer, and Bill O'Reilly, Arnab Goswami are people who actually promulgate it. I mean, recently, Brian Williams, you should go check him out. Just type Brian Williams controversy on Google and you should get everything. Came out and accepted that he straight up lied about his achievements on the battlefield, about reporting. And I think there would be a time when we actually impugn the journalistic integrity of anyone in India. Major journalists like Arnab Goswami, Anderson Cooper, once again, Bill O'Reilly, Ryan Seacrest. I see how you're looking at me. Ryan Seacrest is an investigative journalist. You need to know whether Megan Fox's lips are plastic or not, alright? I wouldn't be surprised to see Arnab Goswami have a meltdown on camera and tailspin into absolute nothingness, shouting expletives.
No, I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Ready? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out. I don't know what that means, to play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it. I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
Fuck it! I'll do it on television! I'll do it on television! That was Bill O'Reilly losing his shit on national television, even though people didn't see it, and you know, it's on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube. Arnab Goswami practically just saw himself in a crystal ball. I would be surprised if it has already happened. Sad. The amount of profanity used, the amount of spices used really makes you sniff out all of the iron in the irony here when Arnab Goswami or Bill O'Reilly actually castigate reality television, given the fact that modern news and contemporary news media have degraded to being reality television. And I get why the detractors call the news media reality television, because come on, all of this, all of what you just saw really fucking happens on television.
Just listen to me. Please allow me to complete my sentences. Let me complete.
How many people?
Let me complete my sentence.
How many people?
You are not allowing me to speak.
Don't you think so?
No, I don't think so. Allow me to. You are not allowing me to speak.
You did.
But let me speak.
But that's what you did.
But let me speak.
Didn't you do that?
But let me speak.
No, but did you do that?
But let me speak.
No, but
can I answer your question?
But did you or did you not do that?
Can I answer your question?
No, but
do I have a right to be heard
yes.
in the court of Justice Arnab Goswami?
Answer the question.
Can I speak?
Just look at his face. He's smiling. He knows he's fighting a battle that cannot be won. Arnab Goswami is the Loch Ness monster. You have to let it go. He's like quicksand. The more you fight it, the more you'll drown. Now, before we sign off for the day, I have a small little bonus for you. The Marvel Universe recently released the official poster, or a small little sneak peek into Deadpool. Yeah, that's what Deadpool's gonna look like. And if nothing else that the world can have a congruent opinion on, Muslim, Hindu, Christian, all of us can count on Ryan Reynolds to fuck it up. I hope he does well. But I don't have expectations from him after Green Lantern. Anyway guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you had as much fun watching it as I had recording it, which wouldn't be a lot of fun. Actually, it would be a lot of fun. I expect to make the weekly rewind a weekly affair. I know, surprise. Yeah, every single week. I hope I can see you right back here. If there are plenty of you, then I keep doing this. If there aren't, I'll still keep doing it because I love it. And whilst we're at it, please go check www.asidcast.com. Go to Facebook, like us on Facebook, Asidcast, ASIDCAST. Hit the subscribe button. Like this video if you want to, dislike it if you want to, I don't know. I have an ugly mug. and comment what you want me to cover next week, and I'll follow all of it up. Okay, now stop watching this video and go do your job. Siddhartha signing out. 2 fingers salute.